We're in for another 70-something minute game, probably.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, please, no Arc Warden. I mean, I'm sure VP Prodigy must be thinking like, do we ban Venge? Will that stop them picking the Arc Warden? And yeah, that's exactly what they
Yes,
do.
they did it.
Whew.
They banned the Venge. They're like, oh, they thought about it. They're like, why are we banning Drow? Why don't we just ban the Venge? That's the hero that's enabling the Drow, right?
Yeah,
So we break off like a bunch of their strategies just by banning out this one support hero instead. And good call. Now Drow Ranger is not as potent. It's still pickable. So we'll see what VP Prodigy will first pick here. Phoenix and Ensh out. So we got like Tiny available. Magnus again, possibly. Yep, there we go. Magnus.
yeah, no hesitation for them to go for this mag. Makes total sense. You know, GPK is super confident playing it mid. They're confident playing it off lane, as we just saw in DM. You know, he loves these kind of big ultimate heroes. So yeah, I mean, not remotely surprised to see VP Prodigy go down this route.
Definitely. And Navi, they might consider taking that Rubik away from VP Prodigy as well this time around. They don't have that bench pick that they can easily take here. I think it's good against Magnus as well.
Yeah. What do you think about an early Oracle pickup from Navi?
It's good. It's really good against Magnus too because you can remove the Empower or save people when they get RP'd.
Exactly.
Oracle also forces your opponent to focus him.
I feel like it could be an option. And there you go.
Oh, boom! Wow,
dude,
Oracle again. That's poggers, man.
There it is. There it is.
I'm not surprised. Like VP Prodigy, I mean Navi, from their perspective, this Oracle was just doing way too much. They couldn't get any hard initiations, and because they have to always think about the Oracle save, and that's what happened. And VP Prodigy go with the same exact opener from game number 1. I mean, it worked, right? The only reason why it was a long game is because of Arcward and ET Zeus combination.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Mag Luna combo. Mag Luna combo. Very, very potent. Now Navi going with the Clockwork as their second pickup here. So you know, it's just the hero which gets on top of Luna, closes that gap, and can cause some real trouble in the team fights. Strong laner as well. I mean, we've talked about Oracle Clockwork before, but I'm happy to do it again because these two heroes just cover each other's weaknesses so well. You know, Oracle is great at saving people, obviously. He's got some powerful nukes as well. Kind of lacking on the lockdown, though, as teamfight presence is kind of not that good because he has to stay at the back to save people. And meanwhile, Clockwork, you know, he wants to be in the front lines. He's a frontlining 4. He's got stuns, he's got disables, he's got cogs to mess people around. He's just a real chaotic hero, which kind of balances out against the Oracle, which can sometimes allow teams to play the game how they want, even if he does have that save. So now we have some bans coming out, and it's going to be the Beastmaster and the Faceless Void.
Yeah, and one thing about Navi with this Clockwork too, they actually don't mind General playing it. We saw him play it earlier today, Orchid, Clockwork, which was really nice. So that's also a possibility for them to run that at the 3 or the 4. There we go. Beast, okay. Rubik, Void, very normal, regular bans here. Navi banning out the anti-mage as well. That's a really good hero against clock position 3. So it makes me think that's going to be a position 3 clock.
Yeah, they're like defending it a bit. Chen taken out of the pool by VP Prodigy.
Yep, that was the lane they ran earlier. Chen plus Clockwork. Position 4 Chen by Roger. It's very nice. Ban out the Phantom Lancer too. Yep, it's really hard counter to Clock and Oracle. Yeah.
Oh, to Oracle as well? Heroes. How come?
Yeah. You got a bunch of illusions. Run at the Oracle. You can't do anything. And if a hero does get ulted by Oracle, you know, you just burn mana. Make them completely worthless too. So just really nice.
Fair enough. Valid points. So now Navi have to take up their third hero. Wonder what direction they're looking in. Need to start getting either some cores or a 4 position if they want to run that clock. I imagine they'll save the 4 position just so that they have the opportunity to flex a clock throughout the draft. So I'm expecting them to pick up their carry hero here. They've got last pick, so I imagine their mid will probably be saved for last.
And Iceberg loves this hero getting picked at the end as well. He wants that big value last pick, countering all his opponents. I want to see Iceberg play something active. Like Zeus was okay, but he was playing kind of like a utility-ish Zeus, not really that hardcore Zeus. And they go with the DP.
Ooh,
All
okay.
right, okay. So DP could be 3, it could be 2, right? And I also believe BP Prodigy played a position 1 DP earlier in this tournament against Secret as well, if my memory is correct here.
Interesting.
Yeah, so a bit of a flexible hero. For the most part, I do think it's going to be a DP position 2, like 60% leaning towards that.
Yeah, I mean, Iceberg loves his Death Prophet.
Yeah, and it's really good in this game because you got the Oracle on your side, so you got that save for your DP whenever she pops the Exo. You got the heals coming. It's gonna be a really hard hero to kill. It also kind of makes Lina a little bit of a better hero in this game, so you can constantly shove lanes out and not let Navi get in front of your towers early game, because they're gonna look to pressure this Magnus up. That's their goal on Navi's side. They don't want this carries to just have all the freedom in the world.
Control, pressure, all the important things needed in a game like this. And again, these teams taking, I mean, I seem to remember the middle drafting phase, as long as it was ago, being very, very quick last game. And this time they're taking a long time over it. I think that's because you haven't really put the cards on the table yet. Last game, Navi was just like, boom, here's our Arc Warden Venge, this is what we're going to do. VP Prodigy, how are you going to answer it? And they just say, well, we're going to pick this hero who's super good in the late game with the Void, and they have their plan easily mapped out. This time, it's not as straightforward. No one's really shown that much yet. But I do like the DP with the Oracle as well. That save tends to help the Oracle out an awful lot, and they go with the Snap. Interesting.
Whoa.
Not a hero we've seen much at all.
Exactly, that is very interesting. Normally, Snapfire is picked up because of the Phoenix value, right? You have something to counter the Phoenix, or like you're kind of, keeping this Phoenix hostage in some ways. But just casually picking up a Snapfire and without the Void in the pool as well, that's a little bit weird for me.
It's strange, yeah. It's very
strange.
Yeah,
they have some wave clear, which is still pretty good, but I don't really see the Snapfire really playing off anything. The ulti is nice to get the DP off the tower and maybe even waste the Exo if they have to run away when you pop your ultimate, but yeah, very strange. I wonder how much fatigue is like involved in this draft, actually. I mean, from my experience being in this position, right, you're constantly thinking about the previous game where you need to do better, blah, blah, blah. And then when you jump into the next game, obviously they have played a best of 3 series today as well, both these teams. So you got to factor that in. So maybe these teams are not like in tip-top condition in terms of the best drafts coming out from both sides. And they're going to go with the Doom on Navi here. Wow, they're really like flexing their draft right now. This Doom could be mid, could be offlane. It has even a small potential of being the position 4. We have seen this position 4 Doom being played by some of the CIS teams. Right? DP, same thing, position 2 or 3, and Clockwork can be position 3 or 4. So they're flexing this to the very end. They're going to last pick a carry hero, which I really like. That way, BP Prodigy, they have to show where their Lina's going, where their Magnus is going, and they can't really just hard counter this carry hero.
Mixing it all up, keeping them guessing. That's a great way to draft. Using ambiguity to your advantage. VP Prodigy now to pick something up. I was actually just checking GPK's recent games on his Smurf to see if he'd been playing any Snapfire, because I have a weird feeling that they're thinking of doing something crazy with the Snapfire mid. We've seen it a lot in China. It's been very, very fun, but
I think
it doesn't seem like he's been playing it much.
Right, it hasn't really arrived in Europe yet, I guess, but Abed has been spamming Snapfire middle quite a lot. It's a really, really powerful hero. And they're going to go with the Morphling here. Okay, interesting. So you got possibly a Morphling Snapfire lane. This means the Magnus doesn't really have a good Empower target, right? So that makes me think this Magnus is going to be position 2. They're actually just going to run a mid Magnus maybe and like try to get him to be his own carry essentially.
Yeah, that seems to be most likely, doesn't it? Because you wouldn't really want a position 3 Magnus if your position 1 is ranged.
Yeah.
Makes total sense. So we'll see what Navi ban out here. Whether they're going to ban out mid laners or off laners. That will give us a good clue as to what they're planning.
They're just going to ban heroes that are good against their heroes. Like, Ember's okay, I guess. It's not really like something amazing against Death Prophet, Doom, and Oracle. Actually, the Ember band, in my opinion, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You got Purge from the
No.
Oracle, you got the Silence from the DP, you got Doom. It's like, again, fatigue, right? You gotta really consider that after already playing a best of 3 series and having a 70+ minute game where you have like insane amount of focus where you can't make any mistakes.
Yeah, the pressure's turned up, and the team's got to keep their heads in these kind of situations.
Slark and Spectre banned out from Navi. I really think VP Prodigy needs some kind of facilitator in this game. Someone who can just run in, just a very simple stun or play with the Snapfire. So the Lina and the Mag can be the follow-up damage. Morphling, same thing, follow-up damage.
Like what? Give me some meat. Give me some suggestions.
Oh, Kunkka, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Against X mark the spot, against Death Prophet, you can keep somebody there. The Oracle ulti will not be as effective. I mean, Oracle's a pretty good counter against Kunkka anyway, though. Oh. Okay, much greedier option, actually, from VP Prodigy. Okay.
I don't know why this mag exists anymore, but there we go. And Drow comes out for Na'Vi. Okay. They will go for the Drow without the Venge.
All right. So they do have the Death Prophet position 3, Doom position 2, Clockwork support, and the Drow Ranger. They're going to play a very fast tempo lineup now from Na'Vi, completely opposite of game number 1. And VP Prodigy going for a much greedier draft, actually.
It's really
Storm
greedy,
mid.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And the Storm also gave away everything from their draft. There was no flexibility anymore as soon as they picked that hero. But again, it is a hero that can just initiate and get that easy pull and get that follow-up from the Snapfire and the Linas and such. So.
Very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be GPK playing on the Storm Spirit, Abletikid playing on the Morphling, and DM playing on the Magnus. No great upsets here. And Iceberg is actually on the Doom, General's on the Death Prophet, so it's going to be a mid-Doom. I think that does very well versus Storm.
Mm-hmm. It's just a farm fest. Like, Storm is going to get free farmed, Doom is going to get farmed. I think the Storm is the one who gets kill potential onto the Doombringer. But if Roger makes his way around middle, can definitely get the Storm killed off too. I just think this Mag and Morphling just need way too much help in the lanes. That like Lina, like Lil and Save don't really have the opportunities to roam for the Storm.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. It does feel very greedy though. I think Na'Vi have the tempo to actually put a lot of pressure onto Virtus Pro Prodigy. I mean, obviously the cooldowns are going to be the big focus here. How are the Dooms used? How are the Exorcisms used? Are they going to get enough from these ultimates when they use them in the early mid? I think that's going to be the main focus of the game, so the onus is very much on Na'Vi not to mess it up when they pop these big ultimates. If VP Prodigy can play a very smart game and play around them, they might have a good shot at this, but either way, let's get into it. Game number 2 of Virtus Pro Prodigy versus Na'Vi now underway. We'll find out if Virtus Pro Prodigy can take it with the 2-0, whether Na'Vi will be sent scrambling and be able to grab themselves an extra win and draw it out to the draw. Let's see. I think...
I've seen this...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've seen this time and time again where teams keep picking the Storm Spirit as like a really far range jumper to catch this Oracle and such, but it ends up working really against them. The Storm Hero just feels so weak in the mid and the late game after the nerfs to Kaya or the changes to Kaya.
Really, even in the late game as well.
Yeah, because it doesn't decrease the cost of your mana, it just increases your mana regen. So you don't have a whole lot of mana to work with to just burst heroes. It's more of like a, go in, go out kind of thing. So you don't have, you're actually losing a lot of damage out. And what happens is, like, in this kind of game, Storm zips in, he has to fear Gust, Silence from the Death Prophet, Yules, Doom, even a casual hook shot, one hook shot, he can just die very easily.
Got to be cautious of that this game. There's a lot to be worried about, and with no saves on his team as well, really, that's going to be a bit of a concern. All they've really got is Cookie, which might not be enough. And again, I'm just not sure what this Magnus is about either. This Magnus just feels like he doesn't really fit into this draft. He's not going to be able to empower anybody but himself. Everyone else is a ranged hero, so the empowers. Yeah. Sure, a little bit of percentage-based damage boost for Morphling is always nice, but nah.
That's pretty much what it's going to be, just that extra damage for the Morphling. early on into the game and maybe just try to play off that. I'm just saying, like, if there's a player who can make this work, it's going to be GPK.
Oh yeah. He has had some outstanding performances, including on Storm Spirit, over the last few months. Getting better and better every time I see him. More and more reliable, consistent. Great player. When he was on Gambit, he was one of their standouts. And they're with FNG. And interestingly, if they win this game, then they'll be coming up against Alliance, captained by FNG, which is going to be an interesting matchup for sure. We'll find out how much GPK can give a bit of insight into how he plays, and try and make VP Prodigy have the advantage.
Getting top 3 in this tournament is really huge for both of these teams. There's a lot of big hitters in this event.
Yeah, there is. Navi under their new title, obviously looking to prove themselves. They know what happens when Navi rosters don't perform. They are out of here.
So VP, they were fully expecting Navi to make a smoke into the high ground and get a fight going, but they didn't this time around. They just opted to make the very safe play, get the 2 bounties. Not going to fall for that VP Prodigy trap there. It looks like Morphling is playing bottom. Doesn't want to lane against the Death Prophet. That's going to end up laning against Drow plus Oracle instead, which I think is maybe even worse, honestly. Drow Ranger can just use Frost Arrows on you at level 1. You're not going to be able to fight back at all.
Look at these blocks coming out of the top lane. Roger's actually been able to land 2 cogs onto the creep wave. And look where it's meeting.
Wow,
that is a fantastic block.
Yeah, it's really nice for him.
And
DM's like, oh, why is the wave here? What's going on?
What happened? Clock didn't even show himself. They have no idea. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, there's going to be a blast thrown out towards Lil. A couple of arrows as well going his way, but Save turns around with the LSA onto V-Tune. Roger's joining in though. He's got the cogs out onto Lil. Lil in some real trouble down at bot here. Turns around with the scatter blast, but he will end up dying.
Out of 50 possibilities, that was my preferred.
Oh, and Always Wanna Fly gets that. If V-Tune got the first blood there, this lane was essentially 100% over. But it looks like Morphling has TP top instantly. He's like, I ain't laning against 3 heroes bottom. Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, that's not for me. And he knows I can't be 3 top because of Clockwork TP down to bottom. But that said, he is making the long walk. He started making it a long time ago, and he is nearly arriving at the top lane. So Protokid's going to feel a big crunching feeling in his stomach when he sees this Clockwork rocking up into his lane again.
And General, with that really good start in front of his tower, almost level 3, he's feeling quite good for himself. And Magnus, on the other hand, is not, because now he has lane into this Drow Oracle who also got first blood.
Ew. Yeah, not pleasant at all, but at least he's with his Lina. He's with his Hombre, so life isn't all bad. Good harassment. She'll win the harass war with the Oracle, almost certainly.
So I see mid lane pretty much farm fest.
Yeah, V-Tune actually... Oh, nice skewer back from DM, although he's right in front of Save, so the multi-shot's going to tear him up. He needs one more right-click to finish the job, but he will get it. Down goes the Drow. Great kill there from DM, making that trade totally worthwhile. Meanwhile, up at the top... General just giving Lil ruffling his truffles a bit.
See, that's why you need a Fairy Fire. Would have been the best debate ever. Then go back, get healing salved up by your Oracle, and VP would have been extremely sad after that. But all good. Still going to come back bottom with 4 resources. Has 2 Wraith Bands available on the Drow Ranger very early.
Yeah, she's feeling pretty good. DM's not really going to be able to get too much from this lane, I don't think, any longer. But that said, he's a tanky boy. Save somehow aggroing that creep wave from miles away. DM, wow, that's the Frost Arrows coming into play. Level 2 on Frost Arrows just sucks for a Magnus. Any melee hero doesn't want to play into that, really.
Definitely. And top lane, oh, Morphling, he has a waveform available.
Yeah, he's holding it for as long as he possibly can here. He's also got a Fairy Fire, so he's actually not in any trouble here. But will be forced to go full strength.
On Lil anyway, to heal back up Epileptic Kid. They're doing a really good job top with this DP and the Clockwork. They're going to be hitting some huge power spikes as soon as the clock hits level 3, and then Lil should be a little bit afraid in this lane.
Would you say a little bit afraid?
Yeah, That, yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, it's just concentrating happening, to be honest. It's not even that exciting. An LSA, a couple of right clicks, and a couple of damage on the save. Actually, he might be dropping it, trying to get the return kill. Will just about find it. VTune kills him off. DM winning the trade against VTune for now. And that's going to be a stab out from the Drow as well, just making sure that she's nice and healthy in this lane versus the Mag.
And she's very happy on the Drow. The Oracle died first, so VTune gonna get all that free experience. Solo kill, delicious. And now we see save TP mid to refill the bottle of GPK. They're actually gonna try and make a play on mid, but he doesn't have the electric vortex at the moment. Goes for a much greedier build on GPK. We already know what he's planning. He's just gonna farm up in this game.
Save polluting the river. It's not very nice. Let's save the waters. Always want to flies, making a move very quickly. Oh, DM a little bit late on the skewer there, and it doesn't connect onto Always Want to Fly, unfortunately.
Nice try. Oh, someone's being hunted top. Roger. He's just gonna zone Lil out, I think, and then go back and pick up the bounty runes. So it's gonna be 2 for 2. General's actually level 5, and Morphling just got level 4. This is a very disastrous lane for VP Prodigy top.
Yeah, they're not looking so hot, are they? This Morphling has not been having the greatest of times. Still wondering where this Morphling and where this Magnus belongs in their draft. It does feel like they've run into some issues here.
I would really like to see a rotation from Navi to the mid lane, though. They do have a Doom available and phase boots. So, with the +1 rotation, I think this Storm can easily die.
Yeah, I think
just
so.
a little bit busy right now top. And he wants to get level 3 before he makes any rotations.
But all in all, a pretty quiet laning phase. Well, I guess we have 5 kills at 6 minutes. It's not that quiet, but it's mostly just been little skirmishes.
Yeah.
Oh, GPK is a happy boy.
Yeah, that's going to be something here. Like, he's going to get off the map, and this is going to put a lot of pressure on Navi now. And then he's just going to hold the Arcane Rune. If there's a play or very aggressive move, he might just TP in and save an ally or turn a fight around. General might be actually the best target to kill at this point in the game for GPK.
Yeah, just pre-exorcism, you know, you stop it coming out with the catapult possibly. Could be a very nice pick-off and open up a bit of space for your Morphling, but something needs to be done about these side lanes because these heroes are very underfarmed. The Morphling and the Magnus aren't having the greatest of times. Well, maybe not very underfarmed, but still, I feel like the kid could be having a nicer time of things.
It'll get better for the Morphling. The higher level he is, the more difficult it is for Navi to be able to kill him, so he's got to that point where he's essentially unkillable. And Death Prophet is not skilling up Silence to try to get some cheeky plays on this Morph. Like you said, very quiet laning stage. They're not trying to use this Doom whatsoever. Just focused on farming up on both sides.
All right,
Storm,
it's about to get messy.
smoke.
They did want to make some kind of use of this Arcane Rune on GPK. Let's see how it happens as they pop the Arcane Run straight in towards the Doom. How Cookie comes through as well. Save, still trying to get the right clicks in, but he is very tanky, and now he turns around, looking for the Doom. Could use it onto Lil here, but doesn't really want to waste it on a target he doesn't deem worthy. Yo, Roger, he's one taking some harass right now, and actually GPK jumps back in and kills off the Clockwork, so they get something for it. It's not who they wanted, but I'm sure they'll be happy enough with this trade.
Iceberg was so tanky with that magic wand and the fairy fire. It was just enough for him to get out. And Clockwork gonna give them a freebie, I guess. Maybe they really needed the Morphling to actually TP for that kill if they wanted to kill that Doom, but they didn't expect how tanky this Doom to be.
No,
Another rune for Storm.
Yep, this
He's
time
getting all the free runes.
it's the haste rune for GPK.
Got some nice stacks on both of these camps here for him. Just gonna farm on up.
Yep, made by a SAPPHIRE when she rotates into the middle lane. Also decided to stack some camps on her way past. Always nice to find that bit of value for your teammates.
This is the most least bloodthirsty CIS showdown I have ever seen in my life, I think.
Yeah, I think they're still waking up from game 1.
Yeah,
Trying to knock
I have
themselves.
never seen... Yeah, they're just so calm. They're just like, all right, it's okay. Everything's good, you know. We'll fight when we feel like it's our timing. No problem. No device.
Catapult. That's what we're looking for. Catapult's out.
Yep.
We go in at mid.
And the bounties.
Let's see it.
10-minute bounties as well. That's going to be pretty big to try and build an advantage off. Save though. Gonna get caught out in the river here. Iceberg does not have any Infernal Blades, but that's okay. They're just going to run him down.
You say that. Cookie comes through from Lil, and with the Scatterblast, they will be able to keep this Lina alive. Again, Iceberg
nice
holding
bottom,
off
always
so
wanna
long
fly.
on the Doom. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is actually going to be alright for DM for now. Although I say that, yeah, nah, they're good.
General also TPing down here. You want to counter this play, but VP Prodigy already retreating from their move.
No X isn't being used yet. No Doom being used yet.
That's okay. They're just waiting for that big explosive team fight. And that's what we're waiting for too.
It is. It is. Yeah, this
It's probably going to be on
with
one
the
of the bounties.
catapults. We'll start seeing some action. Someone will want to take this middle tower. I have a feeling it's going to be Navi with this Exism. They're the ones who need to kind of be proactive here because they're against this very slow line of Virtus Pro Prodigy. And, well, DM's able to pick up the bounty rune, but might be in some trouble afterwards. Tries to go for the RP, doesn't quite catch out V-Tune, so cancels it out and will just accept his death with grace. Now look over towards Always Want to Fly. LSA is a little bit off the mark, but Storm's going to come in behind, cut off his retreat, and get this kill onto the Oracle.
Blown away.
Wow. Another Arcane Rune for GPK. So that Magnus, he really didn't want Navi to have 4 bounties, so he went for that bottom bounty, got it, died for it though. Very unfortunate. And here comes the catapult place. Jaw Ranger already TPing top to make the first move. General gonna stay bottom and Crypt Swarm the waves off. Hopefully kill off this catapult before he also moves away.
Dang.
And Doom is just playing around middle.
I know they didn't have their Oracle, but he was respawning. I really would have really liked to see them move up towards the middle lane with Exism and try and make a play.
I would have to agree. I think that would have been the best possible move for Navi. I think they're so strong with this EXO plus the Doom. They could just commit everything onto this mid tower, and VP Prodigy, I don't think they would be able to defend it. Maybe the Mortimer Kisses is a good spell there, but
Good
not
deterrent.
the easiest.
Whoa, RP on the bottom lane. Death Prophet's receiving everything right now. 3 ultimates thrown onto General. The RP, the Laguna Blade, and the Mortimer's Kisses all thrown onto the lovely ghosty lady. And well, she's going to join her.
Morphling?
Oh my goodness, there goes Epileptic Kid. Okay, that's a big kill. That is a big return kill.
Huge. They got the silence into the hook shot. Oh, that was so nice to see there. And they're going to get probably a free tower here top. I mean, they're committing everything bottom, so they're not going to have enough heroes to defend top lane. GPK also TP mid to defend this lane, so just going to be a trade.
Yep, easy trade. Easy trade. And I gotta say, like, you know, I keep talking about it, but General does move mid now. Hopefully we can see some pressure on this tower. There are pink pings coming out. That's actually from the Morphling saying, guys, we need to defend this one. We need to come in. And he himself is actually coming in to defend this middle lane. General gonna pop the Exism. Now they need to get him out. And General, well, Iceberg's coming on over. He's got the Doom, but he's also pretty damn quick. Look at him go. Pops the drums, pops the phase, gets himself away. Meanwhile, General just staying in range to allow these ghosts to continue tapping away at that middle tier 1 tower. The Gambit,
They got a hook in 5.
have many ultis is the problem. This could be an issue. General.
They're waiting for the
Forwards.
hook shot.
Hook shot comes in on the backlines, manages to catch onto the Snapfire. They're running past the tower and trying to oust the heroes out from behind him. Lil's going to be the main target. Will lose his life. Meanwhile, the ultimate's going to get thrown onto General to keep him alive and keep that Exism ticking on through. General feels like a boss right now, running straight on top of Save and just starting to cook him up with those ghosts, tear him down. Save trying to get under the tower. It's another Crypt Swarm available. Oh, just about misses, but maybe the life drain will be enough.
Nice
Will it
stun.
stay connected? Yes, it
Not
will.
enough.
And Save is the one who ends up dying instead.
And there it is. They're going to get that mid tower right now. So all those ultimates used on the Death Prophet bottom has pretty much led to Navi going mid, dropping their big ultimate with the Exorcism, taking that easy tier 1, and now they're just going to live in this triangle area. And Morphling is not going to have a safe place to farm anymore. Or farm fast, at least. This is where he would ideally like to be.
Finally, Epileptic Kid given some freedom in this game. Even though that little tier 1 tower in the mid lane is down, we're expecting Navi to make some movements in soon. I mean, have we seen Doom yet?
No, we have not. And they're going to jump Doom again.
Yeah,
here.
going for him, yeah, and they've got those ultimates. The LSA does actually miss, which makes things a little bit awkward, and a hookshot comes in from Roger to hold them back, and they will keep the Doom alive. Uh-oh, VP Prodigy, that didn't work out how they were expecting. However, they still get away with it. I mean, save just seconds off the Light Strike array there, and those precious moments gave the Doom enough time to just pop those jumps, pop that phase boots, and speed away from that engagement awfully fast.
And it's all turning up Navi right now. They use Kisses again. It's a very important skill to get any kills actually for VP Prodigy. At the same time, the Storm and Morphling, they need a lot of items before they're actually fight ready. They can make these small plays, but whenever Navi groups up as 5, it's very difficult for them to enter the team fights. This Doom almost has a BKB. That's going to be enormous. I mean, if he's not already unkillable, like they've made 3 or 4 plays on him now?
Yeah, and
once he gets BKB.
Has not been working. I mean, you know, he hasn't died once yet. He's 0-0 and 2. It's scary how much farm Navi are getting at this point. I mean, VP Prodigy can't out-farm them at the same time. They can't fight them either because the heroes are just kind of wet blankets. You got a mag.
Wet blankets.
Yeah, they are. They're 3 sloppy little blankets together.
The problem here is that the Storm is the only one who can just jump in and start the engagements, right? The Magnus is also going for a mech, so he's not going to have any early blinks or anything like that. SAPPHIRE and Lina, these heroes play off other heroes. And that's what VP Prodigy's biggest weakness at the moment. And Lil gonna expose the smoke.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad death at all. Lil won't be too sad about that one. And GPK's actually been able to finish off his Orchid now. He's literally 3 gold away from it, and will now have it for sure. So maybe this is the item they were waiting for. Maybe this is an item they can play around and look to make some engagements.
But they won't be able to kill the Doom.
No,
right?
no, not the BKB Doom. Other heroes, yes.
Yeah.
I think General now becomes a GCS target. Past the Drow, obviously.
I mean, General's about to finish his Yules too. Then he's not killable by the Orchid as well. He's gonna have to go for the Oracle. That's the only person that GPK is probably gonna be looking at, like, in the engagements. Because if you don't get that Oracle with your Orchid, that Orchid is just gonna get purged off or BKB'd or Yuled, and it's just so problematic. And now you're gonna go into the Roshan pit. They do have an Exo, they can commit that if they want to. But they probably feel like they don't even need it.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, Virtus.pro Prodigy are just not remotely interested. They might know this is going on, they might not, they might have an idea. Either way, they just don't care. There's nothing to be done about this one. I mean, have they just been drafted out of this game? Because with his Aegis, they can start doing some real damage here, Navi. Are you concerned for Virtus.pro Prodigy yet?
I mean, I've been concerned since the draft, so...
Yeah.
And I don't think the Storm has done enough in this game to warrant this pick for the time being. And the later this game goes, it's going to be much more difficult for him. Roger already has a Glimmer Cape. So they actually have some kind of a save for the Oracle, too, on the other heroes. Which is going to be really nice.
True. I mean, Roger's going to be very frontline, though, with this Glimmer Cape. He's got the hook shot in. But yeah, I mean, if they make the engagement and Roger is in the neighborhood, he's definitely going to be saving this Oracle, trying to focus on keeping him alive. Doom going for the blink.
For the towers.
Yeah, they're just occupying the top side of the map. They want to completely zone Virtus.pro Prodigy out of there in jungle. That's probably say, okay, you know, we've moved our mag down bottom already. He's got his mech finished up. Going for the Blink Dagger next. Probably going for the Greaves after that. You could take our tower, to be honest. They're just letting everything go. It's crazy. But what can they do?
They can't. They can't help it, right? They need so many items. Magnus has a mech, but they still can't fight. He needs a Blink Dagger before they can fight. So maybe even there he should have thought, like, okay, I need to get Blink first. Maybe with that we can make some kind of smoke plays and do something, but he probably made the wrong decision here, and now they're just going to walk to the high ground. They're going to force VP Prodigy back into the base. It's like Navi is so ready right now. They have everything they need for this game.
Invisibility.
Up they go. The pace is here, 18 minutes in, and Navi are tapping on that high ground, and, well, Virtus.pro Prodigy, they are just not turning up to this. Storm's going to make the jump all the way back into the fountain. Meanwhile, RP comes out onto 2, drags them back along with a cookie as well. LSA to follow up. That's 3 heroes. General already dead. Iceberg does get off the BKB, but what a beautiful RP from DM here, actually. That was not too bad at all. Nonetheless,
Wow.
Navi don't take a huge loss, although in comes Storm, zipping on forwards, looking for the clockwork. They're going to try and bring him down, but the Doom comes down onto the Storm Spirit. Multi-shots follow up as well. Cookie's going to try and get him out of danger. Will be successful along with the mech to keep him nice and healthy. Navi now just trying to retreat whilst keeping their heroes alive. Iceberg is going to get filled up to full from the Oracle. Oracle going for the TP out. Lil won't cancel. It's just the Doom on the run, and he should escape. Although I say that, in comes the Lightning Bolt. GPK in the neighborhood has that Orchid, but he's holding it off for a very long time here. Seems like he's actually waiting for the +1. Finally throws it down, but the Doom is gone. He is out.
Oh man, that was such a clutch blink. I think he even sold his bracer just to complete it. And really nice reverse polarity score play.
Well, looks like the mag. Oh, Cookie up to the high ground. Beautiful. Is it enough, though? I don't think it is. V2's actually going to join in with the Hurricane Pike. And now they need to get themselves out of here. That is Pro Prodigy going for the TP out, saving then a beautiful little tree spot there. Lil as well, also getting himself out. Epileptic Kid. They're all going to get away. Just the mag who falls. However, they've got a pair of exposed barracks. And V-Tune, well, he wants to get a good old looking at these. But
and they also get the outpost, 20-minute outpost, extra experience. I don't think they're going to go into a high ground. It's just not really useful for them to keep taking engagements here, especially without the exorcism or the Doom up. Just farm out the map, right? You got so many more items to get here. VP Prodigy is already stuck inside the base. That's pretty much the only reason why you would want to push high ground this early into the game, is if VP Prodigy just shows
a jump forward though. They're looking for a cheek whip off into the... Oh no, the save! Oh, it's one of 5 throws in the Fate Edict, which counts out the damage from the Laguna Blade. Meanwhile, Roger, he's stuck in the backlines. He is going to die for this. Meanwhile, Iceberg jumps in onto the Morphling. A nice two-man skewer coming across from DM. They'll look forward onto the Oracle. That's an easy kill. Now the Morning's Kiss is flying on through onto Iceberg, just giving him a bit of vision. Nice Kiss is actually landing onto V-Tune. That is perfect. They'll bring him down. Aegis is out. Now, however, they've got that exorcism coming through. They might want to consider just getting back here, Virtus Pro Prodigy. Oh no, Magnus tried to blink in with the RP, but he actually gets silenced up just before he blinks forward, which means he can't land it. Turns around with the shockwave, but his blink's going to be sent on cooldown permanently now by this exorcism. But if they could just back themselves away, the exorcism will be used for nothing, because there are no creeps in mid just yet. It will take a little bit of time, but they will be able to push them in.
That's such a huge win for VP Prodigy. I think Navi just got way too greedy, running across the map to that bounty rune on the high ground of VP Prodigy. They get a buyback from the clockwork. The Death Prophet also drops their exorcism, and they lose the Jowl's Aegis there, right? I mean, the Aegis is probably going to run out soon. Doesn't really matter, but you know, a little bit of breathing room for VP here.
It's subtle, it's strategic, but these are the game-changing moments between these two teams.
Definitely.
So, only 9 and 8 on the scoreline. So little kills this game. No one's even hit double digits just yet.
That being said, I do think... Oh, also the Doom had to pop his BKB. That was a 9-second BKB that he used there. And all those little things just going to add up. At this point, I think Navi just got to keep focusing on farming up and waiting for that next Roshan. It can spawn within the next 5 minutes. You just want to control up BP a little bit. Maybe get some kills with your Doom. And then do another high ground play. Because they're really, really strong.
Yeah, I still think it's like a 70% advantage for Navi at this point. Dota Plus says 82% Navi favored, so even more so than I.
The way VP Prodigy actually win this game is they got to keep on outplaying Navi. They got to split push, you know, make them go back into situations they don't want to be in, jump the right targets.
Bait out their spells.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Number one thing for me is just getting these Dooms and these Exorcisms wasted, buying themselves more time. I do think in the late game this Morphling is going to be an issue.
Oh yeah, if he can get there. He's actually going for a straight Scotty after this Manta. It's really good against Oracle and the Death Prophet. There's a lot of healing there.
He had Lincoln's queued up, but he changed his mind.
Probably a little too passive, right? In this kind of game, you go for the Lincolns. It's not really a game changer.
Yeah, sure.
Radiant.
I mean, you think about the Doom, but most likely just Doom is looking to get the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's not Storm, I still think he wants to drop it on the Magnus pre-RP or something like that. I think the Morphling is a little bit further down the list than that. GPK just dropping down the Static Remnant, which means they can't come up that hill without popping it. They are smoked though, Navi, looking for something. Ooh, Epileptic Kid with a nice waveform away. Keeps him safe. They found anyone? Oh yeah, they have. They found Lil. Okay, well, it's a consolation prize, but It's a pretty shitty consolation prize, but they'll take it in the current circumstances. And there we go. They hit 10 kills on Na'Vi. They get their double kills count.
At last, 23 minutes. This must be the most tame game we've seen in a long time, Nomad. Like in this patch is very, very active. People are constantly brawling and trying to control the mid area of the map, and then here we have 10 kills, 24 minutes.
Yeah, no, this is super tame. For sure. It's a vast contrast to what we've been seeing in other two teams in the tournament. Apparently CIS Bowl has actually turned into what I thought would be the CIS Smackdown, has turned into CIS Snooze Fest, unfortunately.
I wouldn't call it Snooze Fest, very strategical, you know, sort of say, but I guess for the viewers, you know, it may feel that way. Oh, here we go. Magnus. Oh, does not get seen by the rocket, so no hook shot, gonna cancel him out. Morphling doing a lot of really good split pushing in this game.
Yeah, he is.
Ooh, 2 more minutes on this Roshan to spawn.
Not long. Well, I mean, it's got to feel very long, to be honest. It's kind of a medium respawn time, but yeah, Navi want that thing now. They want that Roshan up immediately. They will have to wait, though.
Jaw Ranger also going for the Scotty against the Morphling. Really good item.
Yeah, that healing reduction is a pain in the ass for the
if you pair that with the Doom's Shivas too, oh, he ain't healing anything.
Nope, that Strength Morph is going to feel completely redundant, and even the Morbid Mask as well. To survive through the Doom, it's going to be kind of awkward. But yeah, I mean, this is Virtus Pro Prodigy just kind of moving into the enemy side of the map. You know, they put down some vision, they've got some heroes here, but with that flare going on over the top, they actually see Lil hanging out down in the bottom end. So they know there's heroes around. They probably did know regardless, but just wanted to make sure with the flare, do a bit of scouting.
It's very like I mean, it kind of feels like they're not really doing anything, but in reality, they can't really do anything until the Roshan spots, right? And that's why you see Navi constantly playing in these 2 lanes and in the top jungle. They're just waiting for the Roshan to get that Aegis, and that's when they're gonna be able to go up into the high ground. VP Prodigy, they know what Navi's gameplay is, and they just keep farming all the safe area down here. They're just trying to build their items to be able to contest this Roshan. I don't think VP actually want to give this Roshan away, because if they can somehow kill that Aegis off, or steal the Aegis, like instantly, I think Navi would have to wait another 8 minutes before they can do something.
Yeah. Every step is just more items, and you know, this is a lineup from Navi which is counterable by certain items. You know, I mentioned the Linkins for the Doom. Sworn Spirit's not actually going for that. He's gone for the Yours instead, just to deal with the silences. There's a lot to deal with, but eventually they will get to the point where they have the items to counter Na'Vi, but until that point,
look at this
feel
smoke.
quite redundant. But yeah, this is a long smoke. They know this Roshan has to be respawning soon. They might find the Drow here. They do get on top of her. A little bit slow to initiate, though. She still gets the 4-star off. The Storm's actually looking for the Roger in the backlines instead. He actually lands the silence, but the Drow gets away. They pop the Exorcism, though. But that's because he's got the blink up into the high ground. Save's going to be the target. Saves 4 stars over the cliff, though, taking tons of damage. Meanwhile, the Doom comes down onto the Magnus, so he's not going to be able to get the TP out. Lil gets the TP into the trees. Save has lost his life. Looks like DM is going to get killed off after all as he goes up to the high ground and inside the enemy base will die. Just wanted to drag them back as much as he could away from that Roche pit, but still, nonetheless, that's going to be 2 heroes on the side of Virtus Pro Prodigy, and with his X's, they can move into the Roshan pit and start to bring down the big boy. Big win for Navi.
I think they might want to buy back on the Magnus to contest this, really. Because if they get this Aegis, this is everything Navi wants. They get 2 kills and they get the Roche. If they buy back, I think they should be able to contest, especially without that Doom and the DP EXO here.
Yeah.
Nah, they're just giving it up.
That's a shame.
DP Proj. That is a really big shame. That really is. If there's ever a time that they can take a fight, I feel like this was it.
This is VP Prodigy as well, you know. This team has not been playing slowly, so I really do feel like this is just kind of a consequence of the last game. And don't forget, they both had a series earlier on today, so there's going to be a degree of fatigue showing. There seems a hook shot, though, landing onto GPK. That wasn't fatigue. GPK, though, still has himself a couple of zips to try and get himself out, and he's going to be successful in doing exactly that. So Roger's left empty-handed, unfortunately. But now
could also be because the outpost top was not taken from Navi, and they really didn't have any vision around the area, so they didn't want to like force something and maybe even instantly lose an engagement, even though Doom and EXO were on cooldown. So that could be the other situation here. And Morphine now has a Scotty completed. Nice.
He does.
Big item.
Oh, they'll move their way down bottom on the side of Virtus Pro Prodigy to see if they can catch anybody out, but unfortunately the Drow shows in lane. And with that Aegis, it's just not a tempting target in the slightest.
Yep. And the Goon Squad right behind this Drow Ranger. They want to take these last 2 objectives and maybe even walk to the high ground while this Doom is cooling off. They got Shivas now on the Doom. Ooh. And he's got a cheese in his backpack that he can put in for the next engagement.
And Drow, once she gets his tower and maybe one more creep wave, she's going to have enough for the Skadi as well. So the two items together, that's the combo we mentioned earlier on. That is going to be slightly terrifying.
Top, Clockwork, actually catching out the Lina.
Ooh, save goes down. Iceberg.
Here it is, they're going in to the triangle bottom. They want to catch someone lingering. They need to get someone on VP
They see V-Tune, but always want to fly. They might actually catch him on the backlines instead, and that's exactly who they're going to go for. Science comes out, damage comes in. See you later, buddy. But now the Doom comes down to the Storm Spirit. Epileptic Kid, he's not in too much trouble. He's still got the Strength Morph, and in comes a 2-man RP. Not bad from DM. They're taking down the Drow's first life and do so successfully. Iceberg on the run. Meanwhile, the Exorcism comes out from General. He's coming in from the sidelines of this fight. DM waiting for the Drow. They're dragging her back so far out of position. They're going to be able to do whatever they want to her in the backlines. Meanwhile, Epileptic Kid leads them on a merry chase. Storm comes zipping back in. Roger's a target. Monoma's Kiss over from on high, and Roger is gonna eat shit. Now they look over towards General as well. In comes the Electric Vortex, and that's gonna be another target going the way of Virtus Pro Prodigy. That's everybody dead. The perfect fight from Virtus Pro Prodigy. It couldn't have gone better for them. Wow, and that was just some superb team fighting from them.
That was amazing. Before the team fighting even, they made the best call, right? The Lina was here, they TP 3 heroes top, and Epileptic Kid is like, yo, there's like 2 guys maybe lingering here, let's go try to catch them. And Drow Ranger started running back towards that ward of VP Prodigy, putting herself really out of position, and Navi just start coming in one by one. That was actually such a sick call from VP Prodigy to take that engagement, to try to catch anybody who's lingering bottom while the top hero was getting gone on.
Very, very nice. And I mean, DM, man, he is being such a player in this game, actually. He defends them in top, making that sick RP onto 2 heroes, and then the skewer when the Drow respawns. Beautiful, beautiful play from this Magnus. Really good stuff.
Navi, man, I think they really dropped the ball here with that play, because they had the Aegis. All they had to do was commit bottom to this tier 2 tower and just keep on going, try to force VP Prodigy back, but they wanted everything. They wanted the whole cake.
They wanted the
world.
So
they tried to defend top. Exactly. They defended the tier 1 tower top while also pushing bottom, and they paid the price for it.
Yeah, well, there's a phrase, you know, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll get the stars. But unfortunately, Navi, they're shooting for the moon, and unfortunately are missing and flying straight out of this tournament by the looks of it. But still a long way to go, a lot of Dota to be played, not that dire just yet, and they're smoked up and ready to go. It's still 13-13. Net worth very even, but Virtus Pro Prodigy now in a 50-50 game, I would say.
This next engagement is going to be everything. If they can't get some big Doom and EXO plays. Meanwhile, VP Prodigy are doing such good split pushing. Look at top lane, look at bottom lane.
Yeah.
This cannot feel good for Navi. They're looking at their minimap and they're like, guys, what are we doing middle?
Yeah, we even see DM, like, he doesn't care. He's just here, he's pushing the wave. He's like, yeah, no worries. Gonna hit some creeps a couple of times, jump into the trees, TP myself away. TP myself away. TP myself away. DM, you greedy boy. Oh dear, he's gonna get spanked now. Daddy's home.
Rip.
Doomblade comes out. In comes a life drain as well. DM, he's gonna be put to sleep. Magnetor killed off.
What did you expect?
Oh, I can't believe he went for that one more shockwave. He should have known, but unfortunately, you know, that's a bit of fatigue, a bit of greed, a cocktail of emotions.
That was the next level play if he actually just blinked out of there, right? It would have been like really checkmate for Navi. But they do get a kill, so they feel very confident to make another smoke play and just run straight on in. They don't have to think about that RP anymore.
Go, go, go. Virtus Pro Prodigy, though, they are moving away from them pretty nicely on the map, and they'll see his flare coming in and know that this is no time to fight. They need to get him out. Sticking dangerously close together, in my opinion. And there's a Skadi coming through. They've got the damage onto Save. Just a couple of hits from the Drow is enough to basically put Save into the grave.
Save God. Save use the Force Staff on the Morphling, so he can
Aw.
at least live. Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Just
get some
let
vital
himself die.
thumbs in the chat for my boy Save there. Jesus. He could have used it on
'Cause I
himself,
think-
but no, he knows who the important one is.
Yep. Morphling could have definitely got picked off by some kind of a hook shot or something if he didn't get that waveform deep into the jungle.
Oh god, NAVI, they're so frustrated. They're going for another smoke, this time back all the way across the other side of the map. Across we go, boys. Keep on trying,
Mag.
keep on pushing,
He's-
keep on seeing what they
He's
can
drawing the
find.
lines. And this is the only thing they can do, right? Because they can't just sit around and wait for the next Roshan to spawn. So they're using all their smokes right now, trying to get some picks. Oh,
Hookshot
Epileptic Kid!
in onto Epileptic Kid. Another hookshot comes through from Roger, and that's going to be the lockdown they need to get that kill onto the Morphling. Huge kill from NAVI. And now
Huge.
V-Tune wasting absolutely no time to start pushing down the middle wave and looking to get some damage onto that high ground tower. DM, he's waiting on the sides. They see him here. Taking him out, but they don't see him. No. General, though, with the exorcism straight onto the barracks here, and the Yules out onto the mag to
DM.
control him up, setting him off for a possible death. He has got that Lotus Orb onto himself. Breathes ready as well to get rid of that silence if he needs it. Multi-shot comes on through. GPK takes some hits. Back to the base he goes. Needs to get himself a little bit of mana. But meanwhile, his barracks are falling so fast. The top is down. DM, though, with a beautiful skewer again onto General. He gets taken out. DM is continuously doing it. What a player.
Damn, always want to fly. Can't even drop the ulti there because he gets scored so fast
Too far away.
away from him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
might
needs a
want to
CS
get a
stone.
Blink Dagger. Something like that. Oh, Doom getting RP'd? Okay. There's no
Alright.
he has BKB though.
He does indeed
TP,
have that
right?
BKB, and the cheese already eaten, and just going
TP.
for the straight up TP away. See you later, folks. Buenos noches. Look at these pings
Now
coming
the
out of the
Morphling is
mids
alive,
as
too.
well. Just immediately from the Morphling, just like, go down the middle lane, go down the middle lane, keep the catapults alive, push it in. And that's what they're going to do.
He's-
DM leading the charge. The other two heroes, three heroes smoked up behind him. Morphling coming in from afar. But they want to find themselves something. This Roshan will
Exo's on
be
cooldown.
respawning in approximately 2 minutes. We don't know, though. The respawn is approximate. Meanwhile, the other two heroes TP themselves away, and there's no one left on the top side of the map. Everybody on the side of Navi is back in the fountain. Very, very careful. They don't want to bleed away this advantage they've gained.
Controlling this triangle is the right call from VP Project because this Roshan can be spawning any second. Oh, wow. 30 seconds. This is going to be really interesting, Nomad. If Navi don't regain control of this triangle area, and if they're waiting for this EXO to be back up again, they might just lose Roshan. But it looks like VP Project are actually leaving.
Surely not. Surely this is a back and smoke, right? There's no way they can let this go. I mean, they know Roche is respawning soon. 5 seconds until Roche is up. They might not have a clue. They
Yeah.
might not even check Roche. In fact, they're not doing so. And
Yeah,
Roche
and there's another smoke from Navi.
has respawned. First Pro Prodigy. Oh no,
got the
this
Doom
is so
ready.
sloppy from that Magnus. He needs to run. He needs to Lotus Orb himself,
out.
but actually the hookshot lands onto the creeps instead. He has got the overclock, and now they landed onto the Lina. Jumping from one to the other, leapfrogging across heroes, and Lina is going to die. No buyback on save. So now with that hero down, they can move in towards a Roche pit, I would imagine. Navi want to take this one nice and safely.
Definitely. What does this Roshan have? Refresher or Shard? Oh man, it's like 20 or 10% chance for an Aghanim's
I
to
swear,
show
dude.
up on the
I
third
swear it's
Roshan. Yeah.
unlikely.
It's always Refresher Shard, but
It
it's so
is.
broken
But
though
with
when you
Doom,
get
it's
that
sick.
Ags on the third Rosh. Yeah,
Yeah, Doom Refresh
Really
is good,
is.
though. Like, Navi are fine with this.
I'm
They're
really
kind of
surprised that the
actually.
Doom is not going for the stun creep and just continues to keep the Alpha Wolf.
I mean, he wants to
assume
buff up
the-
his drow, I guess.
Yeah, just the aura. AC Shiva's combo from the Doom is so tanky.
Jesus, when he
My
goes near the drow,
goodness.
he gives a plus 100 damage. Currently,
That's insane.
that is insane.
Yeah, and Death Prophet also getting a lot of agility and armor while being next to the DP, which is really nice.
Oh yeah.
Coming in.
Check out that Oracle 22 armor hero right next to the Drow.
Thanks, drow. Feels good. Well, Navi back in
Navi are
control a
just-
little bit here. Quite a lot, actually. They have the Aegis. They have the cheese. It's now on Virtus Pro Prodigy to, again, make some kind of defense, but I imagine Navi are going to want to take some buildings soon enough.
They could also have double exorcism too, right? So
Yeah, true enough.
which is really nice. Oh, look at the top creeps. This is going to give a lot of information to Navi that Virtus Pro is actually camping this triangle. There's nobody clearing these creeps top lane.
And they go, and they skewer back onto General again here, but they're actually going for the backlines instead. They'll jump straight onto the Oracle here. GPK has his mind on one thing, but meanwhile the Doom comes through. Oh my goodness, Roger and Iceberg already taken out of the fight of the RP line, still onto General as well. Too much damage coming out from the side of Virtus Pro. Prodigy, V-Tune, and Always Want to Fly. They are alone fighting up. The buybacks coming on through thick and fast, but Always Want to Fly and Lil already brought down. Athletic Kid getting on top of this Drown, wanting to take down her first life here, but she is tanky lady. But it's not going to make a difference. They'll finish her off for the first time. Meanwhile, Clockwork thinking of trying to help out here. He's got the overclock. Hook shot comes through. He's trying to disrupt them, but could this just be the throw? I think it kind of is. The Aghanim Storm controlling them up, completely negating the Clockwork in this fight, and V-Tune, one man trying to fight against four. That's not maths for you. That is just death. And the Drow's going to fall.
Wow.
Navi just dropping the soap again and again, and Virtus Pro Prodigy are taking full advantage every single time. They are just fighting so much better. There's no other way to describe how this game is going.
Yeah, and they were all there. They knew that from the creep waves pushing in the top wave too. Dude, that was absolutely amazing from GPK. He went in, he got the double vortex, which led into the RP, and then he uled the Oracle. So the Oracle couldn't save the Doom. Because if the Doom pops BKB, Shivas, and, you know, Doom someone, then that's a completely different fight. Then they can actually take the engagement. So absolutely amazing from GPK there. Heads up plate.
Oh yeah, he is for sure this Oracle's worst nightmare. Always Want to Fly hasn't had a single fight, even with the flicker. I don't think it's going to be enough to keep this storm off him. He loves it.
That Yules, man, that was actually so freaking nice on the Oracle. I was wondering where the save on the Doom was, but then you just see this little guy in the air for 2.5 seconds.
I'll be down soon to help you, sir. Not happening.
Man, dude, he's got to be a lot more careful on Iceberg too. Like, they did win this fight. They got the tier 3, but it's still a very difficult game for VP Prodigy. What is
You're asking Iceberg to be careful. You do realize what you're saying.
True.
It's like asking a...
Okay, he doesn't need to be careful. He just needs to click BKB when he goes in, so he can actually get his ult off. That's what he's got to do, because he can get blown up, definitely, with all these stuns on VP Prodigy's side.
You're asking a bird not to fly, bro. Not gonna happen.
Okay, fair enough. What items do we get here for Radiant?
The newts? Not sure.
I saw someone get Spell Prism. Who was it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He's got the Minotaur Horn and the Spell Prism in his inventory. He's a greedy boy, but for good reason, because Morphling's got a Titan Sliver. He's more than happy with that. The bonus base damage helps him out so much. And Snapfire has Axe, by the way.
Okay, that's good.
Nice. Oh, dude, if they get a gobble up RP, then I'm gonna lose it.
I mean, he just needs to gobble up, like send him somewhere nearby so the Mac can get like a really good blink off or something. You can initiate like 2 screens away.
Yeah.
With a gobble up.
Oh yeah, the range is just bonkers. It's very long.
Yeah, I really like that slow effect that comes after the gobble up, or the effect when you launch them out.
Oh, I just love the sound.
No.
It's great. Very cartoony. Bounties being set on Drow. Oh, giving away their strategy. Telling us who they're going to target. Who'd have thunk it? Roshan in 3 minutes, but Virtus Pro Prodigy ain't going to wait that long. They are charging down the middle lane, and they're going to send in the Morphling. Hey, Death Prophet, how's it Oh, I'm not interested. Okay. That was disappointing. Well, nevertheless. They could have killed... I guess they didn't know where the Oracle was, and if you don't know where Oracle is...
Yeah, they have no vision. Exactly, they have no vision either, so...
Lil was just griefing.
If the Morph gets doomed or something, it would have been terrible. Look at the top wave once again. Same thing. This is exactly what happened earlier. But hopefully this time around, the Doom's gonna click BKB.
Hook shot in, this time onto the Lina. Roger's going to start the fight here. Or is he? Still holding off. Oh my god, the backlines actually get the Doom off onto the Magnus, but Doom gives his life for it. Iceberg, you crazy bastard. He's going to die straight up. There is a buyback available on him, and he's going to use it. Meanwhile, Oracle's just taken way too much damage here, and he's already used his ultimate, but look at the damage. Wow. And the Electric Kid just gets completely annihilated. Now General taking to the front lines here. They're on the retreat here, VP Prodigy, and finally the Doom runs down on the Magnus. He can try and get himself away. Lil, unfortunately, won't be so lucky. Iceberg straight on his face right away, and Lil's going to die. The rest of Virtus Pro Prodigy just trying to hold the themselves back and count their lucky stars. They didn't lose more than this. But Roger still thinking about it, but he doesn't have the hook shot for another 5 seconds, so won't be able to find the initiation just yet. That was an Exorcism and a Doom used. There's a refresher shard on the Doom, so he can either get his Doom back or give it over to the DP if they want to keep up this aggression, but I don't think they do. They already got the buyback from the Morphling. Just wait your cooldowns, go again, and try and kill the Morph. That is a very simple strategy, but it should work out for them.
Definitely. They're just going to even wait out for the next Roshan maybe, because it's going to spawn quite soon. And Morphling, my god, he exploded in front of that Jari. Yeah, that was insane. I mean, now Epileptic Kid, he's gonna have to figure out what's the item that's gonna help him stay alive in these engagements. And I gotta talk about the elephant in the room, Nomad. Mr. Iceberg is not clicking BKB when he jumps in. That's why he got blown up again. He got a really nice Doom onto the Magnus. I was like, wow, that was some sick plays. And then I realized he's not BKB.
Yeah, and they just turn around and they murder him. I would think he would have died just as quickly, but he might have been able to go off the second Doom if he had his BKB up. So yeah, definitely no excuse for that one.
Exactly. I mean, he can just click Scorched Earth, or he already did click it. He just has to run back to his Oracle. He can just get saved by the Oracle if he's BKB. They're killing him because he's getting stunned.
Shot in onto the Magnus. This is a big target. Doom comes down onto him again, and this time they've got the BKB to follow up with, and that Mag is not surviving. Now they need to get out with the Storm. He's out of mana. He could be in some real trouble here if they don't help him out, and they will do exactly that. Force Staff's coming along with the regen rune, but it looks like Lean's going to be left behind here. Force Staff, and in comes a Gobble. Get inside me, son. Out you go. There you go. Nice little safe.
So cute.
Safe inside Mortimer.
So nice save from Lil there. Cookie into Gobble Up the Lina. Yeah, Magnus is dead for another 100 seconds. So that was a refresher shard play to get the kill onto the Mag.
Yeah.
Probably worth it, because you get 90 seconds, of freedom on the map. And you can wait for the Roshan. How long is this Rosh? 1 minute. Okay, so it's gonna spawn before the Mag's alive.
Yeah, that's a key thing, isn't it?
Yep, that is it. He's going for an E-Blade on the Morphling, so he actually wants to go for the burst damage instead of something else. I guess that's fine. You do also need some damage. If you kill them fast, then why does it matter? If you need to stay alive. Oracle finally getting real close to that blink.
Yeah,
save someone, I guess.
Yeah, the save from skewer button. That's what's needed. Interesting game here in game number 2. Also going very, very long. Luckily, we're having a bit more action, we're having a bit more fighting, and both teams coming outside of their base, which is nice to see. Is Snapfire going Blink? Yes, she is. So this Gobble Up also acts as an excellent save as well, which is why you go Blink Dagger next on the Snapfire.
True. Very true. Gobble Up someone who gets doomed up, right?
Yeah, anyone who gets doomed, you just blink in next to them and throw them to safety.
Genius. Absolutely genius plays. And Roche is up. They actually didn't start it right away, so the Magnus is going to be alive for this, but
they need to get over quick. Do they have a smoke? They do not. It's going to be a little while, and this Roche goes down very quickly. Generally even popping the Exorcism for this one. I mean, they are not going to be here in time. Not even remotely close. Roche falls. Aegis is there. GPK tries to find a jump, but doesn't do so.
And the Nags. Doom Aghanims.
Doom Ags, hey. Well, that's something. That's something, all right. Infernal Blade's going to be very, very annoying. 1.75 second stun duration. It's not something the Morphling wants to think about, to be honest. GPK, he might be seeing the hookshot come through. They found it. Force Staff forward, actually, here as he goes in for the Electric Vortex onto 2 heroes. They didn't keep him locked down at all. One of those kisses coming on over the top as well. Roger's actually going to be the first one to lose his life. Meanwhile, Epileptic, he's trying to find a bit of the drought, but that's just not going to work for him. He's dead, no buyback. Storm inside Mortimer. Get out of here, Storm. But unfortunately, they've lost so much already. Storm might just stick away to the... No, he is healthy enough to survive through that. But still, I mean, a cataclysmic fight for Virtus Pro Prodigy. They've lost 3 heroes, none of which have buyback, and now it's just a case of NAVI going up onto that high ground. Once they realize they'll move to the tier 4s, it feels like there's very, very little Virtus Pro Prodigy can do at this point. Storm just trying to add... I mean, they get the 3-man RP from DM here, but his skewer actually gets interrupted. It'll bring them under the tier 4s. GPK, he's ready, but he doesn't have an all-electric Vortex available, unfortunately. Now the second Doom comes down on 10. That's going to take him out. He does have buyback, but he's a one-man versus the world. There's no way he can do this. He'll take down 1, might take down 2. GPK being cute, but unfortunately it looks like this game number 2 is going to go the way of NAVI and bring us to a game number 3. And the double Gs are dropped in the all chat, signaling that NAVI have come back into the series and are dragging it on to a third and final game here in the lower bracket. Well, this is a series full of twists. It's full of turns. It's full of upside downs. It's full of an absolute mental gameplay. But it's a treat, and we're going to get to see a third game of it. I can't wait. But let's have a quick reflection on just what went wrong in the last kind of couple of minutes of that gameplay there, Theben, because Virtus Prodigy, they kind of just fell apart.
It just kind of feels like when Navi gets their dooms off and they got 5 heroes next to each other, it just becomes impossible for VP Prodigy to actually